PC gaming has always been about choice, but that choice is getting pretty expensive now. RAM prices are climbing, upgrades are costing more, and for the first time in a long time, some PC players are asking a dangerous question. Is it still worth it? So, will rising RAM prices actually push PC gamers towards consoles? Or is this just another hardware cycle PC players will power through? Because when the cost of entry keeps going up, platform loyalty starts getting tested.
Are you not entertained?
All right, because this isn't about RAM getting a little more expensive, it's about momentum. PC gaming thrives on incremental upgrades. Swap a GPU, add more RAM, stretch your system another year. When RAM prices climb alongside GPUs, CPUs, and storage, those small upgrades stop feeling small. And at the same time, consoles are offering something PC can't right now: price certainty. One box, one cost, and no surprise upgrade taxes. For players who just want to play, that stability matters. That doesn't mean PC gaming is dying. I'm not saying that. Enthusiasts will always push through the higher cost prices. The casuals and the mid-tier PC crowd are sensitive to price jumps, and that's where consoles start looking attractive again. So this isn't about abandoning PC, it's about, and when fractions keep stacking up, even loyal players start looking for a path of least resistance, and that could be consoles. Why RAM prices are rising, we covered a few times, but it's because manufacturers are cutting consumer supply, more focus on AI servers, data centers, and enterprises. DDR5 adoptions increases demand. Price hikes tend to last years, not months, and they're already projecting that the price of RAM will continue to climb for the next 2 years. And PC gaming relies on incremental upgrades. Players expect to add RAM, swap GPUs, stretch their system longer. Raising RAM prices break that upgrade mindset. Small upgrades don't feel affordable no more. And like we've always reported, it's always enthusiasts, the real hardcore, I should say, players of PC. Hey, they'll sell their firstborn to upgrade their PC and keep playing on PC. Because let me just say, I think it was like a week ago, a guy said our channel would die because we play on consoles and not PC. And then he added, not that he's trying to hate or spread hate. But so let me just say that the PC players take their platform very, very, very serious. They'll sell some of their favorite organs to keep playing on PC and to upgrade their PC. So let me not ever paint a picture where the real hardcore PCs are ever going to give up their PCs. Nah, that's not happening. Now, the casual people who, are not really that hardcore or that dedicated, they could jump ship. Those are the people that is really, and like I said, are price sensitive. So them are the ones that I'm talking about in this topic. I don't want hardcore PC people to come into the comment section and make it seem like I'm talking to them. No, baby, I know you. I see you. I see you, like Avatar say. I see you. I know who you are. I know what you're about. You don't need to come defend your platform in the comments below. But and like I said, hardcores have seen this before. This is not the first time RAM or certain chips that they use to upgrade their PC has had a price increase. It's all about cycles. It's very relative. But listen, it's getting expensive. It is very, very expensive in the PC world right now. And honestly, I think what would happen, I don't think, for one, PCs are not going to give up whatever they have right now. Because whatever they have right now probably outdoes a console in its totality, honestly. So what they would do instead of getting a console is they'll just hold on to what they at and just stay packed for the next 2 years. I would think so, because what they have now is probably better, and PC games are typically more affordable, and then you can do more in a PC game. You got some mods and all that. You can really do a lot of stuff, and I don't think real PC players are going to give that up to go to a closed system like game console. It's really going to, and that's a real adjustment into how you play, going from PC to gaming, not having the mods, not having like certain aspects of gaming that they've come accustomed to being a PC player. But hey, these RAM prices, the GPU, CPU prices hikes are real, and it will hit your pocket, but I think real PC players are gonna stand back. They're not gonna switch up. They look at gaming consoles as like a disease. They want no parts of that lifestyle. And I'm not saying PC players don't play on console every now and then. I'm just saying they're not giving up what they have to go and give Xbox $800 or give, PlayStation 650, 750. I don't see that happening, but let me know what you think.
You make one point fair and clear. Hardcore PC enthusiasts don't give two shits about rising RAM costs, don't give two damns about peasants and how they play their games. You have people who probably take a second mortgage out, who fully redo their whole rig, optimize exactly how they want, and then not to mention add on the mods and all the different options that they have to play their games. Let me just say this. I understand. You pay to play how you want. I understand that. I have some hardcore who some only own a PlayStation just for exclusives. Some, although you really don't even need that much now. A few who only own a Nintendo for the exclusives and who don't want to go through the whole emulation thing. As my cousin mentioned, we're not really talking about the hardcore. The hardcore demographic is small compared to the masses of the casual. Someone who maybe a few years ago was looking to build a PC so they can play Skyrim fully optimized with all the mods and bells and whistles. This constant rise, yeah, that might put a damper on it. That might shift simple-minded gamer or person, however, they choose to play games, maybe want like the simpler things in life. A 2 to 3, maybe $4,000 PC now, depending on the specs and the rising cost of everything, that could turn somebody off. Even some pre-built PCs now, if you can get your hands on them before they're all gone, that's about maybe a $1,500 to $1,800 investment. That is a lot if you're just using this thing to play games on. Consoles provide a simplistic plug and play. You buy the box, you hook it up to a hopefully a relatively nice TV, you buy the games and they just work. There is no INI files or checking the audio system or going in to make sure the update went to the right folder and directory. There's none of that. It is just simply, and to some people that is a bit more attractive and simplistic and with ease than with PC. Your average person uses a PC, music, emails, and possibly streaming, if that. But then again, phones have replaced a lot of the need for that. So I can see this because just as there was a migration of people leaving console going to PC as they got more attractive and better pricing, there's no paying for online and things of that nature, but there's choice all around the board. You don't play multiplayer. So I can see it going both ways, but I know for a fact the hardcore, they're like, hey, if it takes 2 years for me to upgrade this, then it's just going to be 2 years. That's plain and simple. There are caveats on both ends. I believe I've reported before that, and it's not just a PC, it's a current gaming industry. There's a lack of optimization across the board, but I see it more, or it hits PC players the most, because when a game is being developed and it's multi-platform, PlayStation, and as you said, Xbox, they're closed systems. They have one spec, kinda. Xbox has the Series S and X. Whereas on PC, you have Ryzen chips, you have RTXs, I'm sorry, I can't remember one of the other companies. You just have a variety of things across the board to try to program and spec for, and some games do suffer for that. I believe Borderlands 4, we talked about this year, that was highly unoptimized. PC players were reporting horrendous issues going along with it. Monster Hunter Wild is highly unoptimized. Glitches galore, stuttering, frame tearing drops on the PC. Now they say yes, the console versions aren't great at all, but the has the most dings to it. So I can see this going both ways. I can see a 20-some-year-old, if he has a job, saving up, and then you see these prices and be like, oh well, most games come out on every or at least one of these console platforms besides PC, unless it's a really hardcore MMO or something that just needs the PC oomph to power it. So I can see someone like, hey, $700 console, nearly $2,000 PC. Okay, well, they're both expensive, but which one will you probably get more heft out? So I can see how that goes, and what I'm saying, but because I know people in the comments, the hardcore PC enthusiasts, we're not talking about you. This is a purely what if scenario, how things are and how they are going. And supposedly new systems are coming, and those won't be cheap either, even though they keep reporting that they will probably be within line. I highly doubt. That's all I have for this, because it could go either way, and I can see that. I wanted a PC build. I did have a dream, the perfect version version of Skyrim with all the mods and etc. and Fallout 4 and everything. Well, that's on hold.
Yeah, I guess let me just ask the viewers, if upgrading your PC costs more than buying a console, which choice makes sense for you in that situation if you're debating about building a PC or buying a console? I guess, yeah, let me know in the comments below what would make more sense to you. And I bet majority of the people would probably still say, hey, I'm still going to build my PC because that's just who they are. They don't want to buy a console. They want the freedom that comes with PC gaming. So I think everything is relative. I think as prices go up, consumers get accustomed. And like I said, real PC people, if you die hard and you don't want no console, you gonna sell your whatever you gotta sell to get that PC, baby. And shout out to you because it's just getting really really expensive. So hey, baby, save your pennies, save your nickels, so you can just get what you want at the end of the day. Because I don't recommend, if deep down you know you always want a PC, I don't think it's a smart thing to do to buy a console as a stopgap, because you still gonna end up having to spend the money. It's just, when are you gonna spend the money? And I don't know if buying a console as a stopgap is the best choice for you if you're just dead set on going PC, But I think that's a personal decision. Like I said, I'm just on the outskirts looking in. Only you can know what really your bank account can handle. But let me know in the comments below if upgrading your PC costs more than buying a console. Which one are you gonna do at the end of the day?
And that's it for this video of Are You Not Entertained podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll never miss our next hot take. Until next time, Are You Not Entertained?